All right, looking at my corridor here, on the right-hand side of the corridor, there is you can see a jump in the slope there as I go along. And what's happening is I'm going from a pretty deep fill there where I'm using a 2-to-1 slope. And as the fill gets shallower, it kicks in the 6-to-1 in condition. So I'm transitioning from a 2-to-1 to a 6-to-1. It's a pretty sharp jump there. And to eliminate that, I can use in condition transitions here. So I'm going to choose the create in condition exception command from the corridor modeling tasks. And I get all the options for the type of exceptions I can do. I can do overrides, backbone only, but what I'm going to do is a right transition here. I'm going to transition from that 2-to-1 to the 6-to-1. And I'm going to give it a name. I'm going to call it right 700 because that's about where the station range I'm at is. Okay, so I'm going to come out. I'm going to locate my corridor. I'm going to accept the name I typed in, and it is a right transition there. And then the start station, I'm going to go back and just make an even transition between the two. So I'm going to go back here to about 675. So I'll type that in and tab to lock that in. And then, yeah, let's make that a 50-foot transition and end at 725. And tab and then accept that. And when I do that, it brings up the transition dialog. This is the same dialog as if you did template transitions. And it looks like the hinge point's already mapped up there, so I just got to connect the line from my 2-to-1 to my 6-to-1 and say OK there. And then this gives you an indication of how it's going to transition. If I go to the start where I had my steep 2-to-1, it's a steep line, and then it transitions to the 6-to-1 at the end. And that looks good. So as soon as I say OK on that, it puts that transition in there. And if I go back to the beginning to about 675 and look at it, I'm just coming off that 2-to-1 there. So if I right click in here and place a temporary dimension line, I'm going to see I'm very near my 2-to-1 here at the beginning. Yeah, very near 50%. I would be back at 50% at 675. And then as I step through, I see it slowly transitioning out. When I reach 725, it's going to go back to the 6-to-1. And let me check that here. Yep, and there I'm at a 6-to-1 slope at the end. So so that is my in condition transition between two different in conditions. And if I want to go in and make any changes to that or delete it, I can hit the corridor objects, come in, choose my corridor, and go to my in condition exceptions list there. And there's the one I created, all of its station information. I can edit it here, or I can, if I delete it and close out, I'll go back and I'm back where I started.